Now, Iowa had to contend with some hurricane force winds earlier this month.
We're talking about the derecho, which swept through the Midwest 3 weeks ago. For the last 16 days, we have been seeing scenes like these: grain silos crumpled, trees split on the ground, and roofs ripped from houses. Tonight, KTIV is teaming up with the American Red Cross and bringing you Team 4 coverage to raise money for the derecho response.
KTIV's Claire Bradshaw traveled to Cedar Rapids. Claire, what do you see on the ground there?
Matt, you almost just can't turn a corner. It's damage everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's a tree down or a building damage. Even at this Red Cross pickup location, there's damage just across the street. Here at the pickup location, people can come and get the necessities: food, water, and basic supplies. A constant stream of people have been coming through here all day. I spoke with one volunteer about her 6 meals in a box. It's one per person per household, and the box holds 6 meals, and it's really just cans of soup.
We usually actually have hot meals that we take out and we feed to people. This is a new concept for us.
When I spoke with Kimberly Finlaw, it struck me how passionate she is about volunteering for the Red Cross. Coming up on News 4 at 6, I will share with you what it takes to be a Red Cross volunteer. Matt?
Claire Bradshaw for us live in Cedar Rapids, Iowa tonight. Claire, thank you. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Ron DeMars once again. Ron, we talked a little bit about this 2 weeks ago after this derecho made its way not just through northwest Iowa, but through central, eastern Iowa into Illinois and Indiana. Fill us in, what exactly is a derecho?
Yeah, derecho, basically it's nothing that happens all that often. Maybe every couple of years you might see one go through the Midwest. And what it is a line of intense, widespread, and fast-moving thunderstorms with damaging winds that move across a great distance. Typically, you think of it being about over 400 miles, and that was certainly the case with this one back on August 10th, which basically developed right over the Siouxland area. It was just starting to get bad over Sioux City, but then it really grew in intensity, especially across central and eastern Iowa, as has been well documented. And these are a series of snapshots as this thing did go all the way into the Ohio Valley before finally giving up. But yeah, the damage caused around the Cedar Rapids area, just incredible. So we don't see these happen all that often, and obviously we hope they don't happen nearly as often as what we just saw with this one.
That is the truth. We appreciate it, Ron. Thank you. Right after a disaster strikes, the Red Cross gets to work in the affected communities. KTIV's Devin Reiners is live in Cedar Rapids to tell us more. Devin.
Stella, the American Red Cross mobilized to Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area right after the derecho went through the region. Now, they have been working with local, emergency, and government officials to help identify those who may be in need. Unlike the hurricane that comes with a warning, the derecho that hit eastern Iowa nearly 2 weeks ago was a non-warning event, so the Red Cross wasn't able to mobilize ahead of time.
We didn't have time. We didn't have that ability to get things, people, and what we call human and material resources, right, into the affected areas ahead of time.
The Red Cross prepares for situations like these, natural disasters that happen with no warning. But Jolene Carpenter, Disaster Programs Manager for the Red Cross, says the derecho was bigger than anything they imagined.
We have those other non-warning events. This was size and scope that nobody, this is a unique event, and I don't think we're going to see this again, hopefully, for a very long time.
When disaster happens, the first priority of the Red Cross is to make sure residents have shelter. Then they make sure people have food, especially since many Iowans were without power and didn't have it as a resource.
We started getting our MREs out as fast as we possibly could, knowing that even in 3 days, your refrigerator, starts, you got to get that stuff out. And so we knew that was going to be a need immediately.
The Red Cross has more than 200 volunteers on the ground and also virtual. Because of the ongoing pandemic, they've had to adapt how they do things. We'll have more on that on News 4 at 6. Live in Cedar Rapids, Devin Reiners, KTIV News 4.